name is Dane Gonzalez. This is my project for Hawaiian Studies 125, Harvesting How. How is a member of the hibiscus family. Its scientific name is Hibiscus tiliaceus. It is a large sprawling tree that grows into either a bush or more commonly in a prostrate or sideways fashion. How prefers wet areas and forms dense thickets in moist valleys, near the beach, and along streams. The leaves are large and heart-shaped and have a leathery texture on the top with a slightly fuzzy underside. Its flowers are bright yellow with a deep red to dark brown center. Flowers appear randomly throughout the year. How is one of the most important plants used by the Polynesians. It is unknown if it occurred in Hawaii naturally or if it was brought over by people during their migration to the islands. Hawaiians had many uses for how. The outer bark was used to haul koa trees to the ocean for making canoes. The light and buoyant wood was useful for making net floats, kite frames, and as the counterbalancing outrigger on a canoe. It was also helpful in building fires for an imu. Flowers and sap were made into medicines to help treat labor pains, insomnia, dry throat, and constipation. Possibly the most important part of the how plant was the fibrous inner bark that the Hawaiians used as sennit. This material allowed them to create nets, sandals, slings, hula skirts, lei, ropes, and a number of other important items for Hawaiians to use in their day-to-day lives. When you live on an island with more than 1 million people on it at any given time, it can be a little difficult finding places to harvest your how. Luckily for me, nearby Manoa Valley offered all the how that I needed for this project. At the back of Manoa, between Pu'upia and Pu'upueo, lies a small hidden valley called Waiakeakua. Waiakeakua means water of the gods. This sacred valley is said to be created by the footprint of Kane during his trek from mythical Kauai Helani, an island that resides in the clouds, across what we now call Honolulu, where he and his brother Kanaloa created the various springs to make awa. These springs now dot the Ko'ola Range on the Kona side of Oahu. The valley was formed by Kane tripping as he lunged to capture a beautiful kupua, or shape-shifting goddess named Kamehaʻikana. Kamehaʻikana's guardian saw this and immediately rushed between the two and stuck Kane by changing into a rock that remains there to this day. Kane stumbled so hard that he left a footprint in the ground that we know today as Waiakeakua, or Water of the Gods. The how in Waiakeakua Valley is attributed to the demigod Kahaukani. He represents the winds of Manoa and is the father of the infamous Kahalaʻopuna, a beautiful maiden from Manoa Valley that sparked a lot of controversy between her and her lover, the chief of Kailua. The story of Kahalaʻopuna is rather lengthy, so I won't be going more into it with this movie. If you'd like to learn more about Kahalaʻopuna, enter the web address at the bottom of the screen in your web browser and read the stories there. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, just click on the embedded link. Welcome to Manoa Valley. We're about to hike on the Pu'upia Trail, heading to Waiakeakua, the Water of the Gods. Pu'upia is a rather short trail, less than 1 mile in length. It takes you to the top of Pu'upia with an elevation of about 800 feet. A little more than halfway into the trail, I found myself at the windy saddle that leads down to Waiakeakua Valley. A small side trail leading from the saddle down to Waiakeakua is slippery and steep, yet is well marked and has lots of vegetation to grab onto. At the bottom of the valley floor, there are numerous hau trees to choose from. The lesson plans for the project indicated that younger green hau would be easier to cut. I looked for the youngest looking hau that I could find. The project required gathering 2 branches, approximately 5 to 6 feet in length. With branches in tow, I made my way to the beach to continue the process. The sennit fibers are located just beneath the outer bark. I used a sharp blade to make a cut down the length of the branch. I used my thumbs to help pry open the bark around the cut. The loosened bark easily came off the branches, exposing the inner wood core and the hau fibers. The process of opening the bark is called vehe ka'ili and is much like peeling a banana. The strips were placed in salt water to soak. Using a metal spatula, I scraped off the vali or slimy sap. This in turn also helped separate the hau fibers. The separated hau was extremely slimy and required daily cleaning and water changes for several weeks. Once all the vali had been removed, it was time to hang the hau. I took the strips and draped them across a bamboo pole and allowed them to dry for a few days on the porch. A few hours after hanging the hau, I tied a simple knot at the bottom to prevent tangling in the wind. The finished product looks like this. I actually had more hau, but a few weeks ago my cat got to some of it, so it kind of turned into this kind of nesty looking material. But all in all, the project was really successful and I had a really great time. I hope you all enjoyed my video, and I hope it inspires you to go out and try making hau on your own. Aloha!
Hello no Honolulu, kauaku kalahale, kanukua o mama, iaua e nei mahope, kaungai ana mamua, malulu a ulele, kukui a mau, iole I ke kaua. Hello no Honolulu, kauaku kalahale, kanukua o mama, iaua e nei mau.